All right, Wednesday the 6th. I don't know if you guys can see that look on my face, but I am exhausted right now. I have been so busy this week. So I just wanted to make tonight a really simple, just straightforward call. So I just want everybody to put your hand up if you're okay with me being extremely blunt on this call when it comes to social media. Okay. The reason I brought this up in our team page is just because I have this little list on the side of the page. It says Team Simply Beautiful. And every single time I go onto Facebook and I click on my news feed, I scroll through posts and I notice some common things that might be, again, you gave me permission to be blunt, kind of hurting you in a way. Things that are, makes it look a little salesy, or different things that I'm kind of starting to notice. And I want to just basically tell you guys that I wanted to get on this call because things are changing. If you guys haven't noticed, Facebook's algorithms are completely different now, which are really causing way less traction when it comes to your actual posts. It's getting harder and harder to get people to like on your stuff and to comment on your stuff. And it's because things are being hidden extremely easily now. So I made a post on our page the other night kind of saying that whenever one of the coaches on our team makes a challenge group post or something like that, it's really important that we all go over there and like and comment on their posts, because that's how Facebook's algorithms are going to start pushing it back out into news feeds. Because here's the reality of it. It's not as easy anymore to just hey girl somebody. Because people are so used to getting hey girl. People are so used to getting those messages and be invited to different things. And they're so used to honestly seeing our posts all the time. But Facebook is being really weird about it. They don't want us selling things on our personal pages. So anything that comes off remotely salesy, Facebook is hiding from your followers. So just wanted to make that clear really quickly. That's why we're doing this call tonight. But I want to give you guys a couple tips, a couple things that I believe will help you guys in regard to your businesses and in regards to what you're doing on social media. So I'm just going to dive on in, like I said, because this is only going to be a 30-minute call tonight, because I have a fantasy football draft at 8:45, and I also have to finish getting this retreat done and all the other stuff I have to do. Plus, I do want to say that I was asked by corporate to speak in the Beachbody Champions page tomorrow at 9 a.m. About challenge groups, and the challenge groups I've been running, which is insane. There's like 86,000 people on that page, so I'm a little nervous. So if I could see some of your guys' names on there for some support, that would be absolutely amazing. So thank you guys for that. All right, so a couple things. We're going to start off, like I said, I'm going through this quickly because you guys at this point, most of you on here should know how to do posts on social media at this point. Even if you're a newer coach, you hopefully know what to do, what not to do. But one thing I'm seeing that's pretty common for those people that end up watching this recording, there's a difference between sharing and selling. And I feel like some people are really bordering that. Like I said, people are so used to being sold to on social media nowadays. That's what people are using social media for. It's not really for connecting with people anymore. It's literally to promote your business, to go all out, and to do all this different stuff. And what I'm noticing is that there's a little bit of a teeter-tottery here in regards to, do I want to be the coach that's doing what everybody else is doing, or do I want to stand out? You guys, you need to find a way to stand out. And every single one of you have a secret ingredient on how you will stand out. And that's your story. Every time that you post about Beachbody, somebody's passing you by. Every single time that you're posting about, a program name or something like that, somebody's going to keep scrolling by. People know those names now. It's not hard for people to stare at your post and know what Shakeology is anymore. It's common. It's been out for a long time. We're all talking about it. People can see things like 21 Day Fix or Beachbody On Demand even now, and they're seeing these names and they're saying that's just another Beachbody coach. So the thing that Chalene Johnson told us at Summit that I believe is one of the best things of advice that I have gotten, and it's honestly how most of my people are still coming to me and asking me questions, is because I don't use names of anything. If you see my Instagram story, if I'm holding my Shakeology shaker, you'll never see this side of the bottle, ever. I'm always holding it like this, or I'm using a different shaker in general. When I talk about like the 21 Day Fix, I'll say 21 Day Program. When I'm talking about, like I'm doing a week of hard labor right now, I'm saying mystery workouts. I'm talking about how we're doing mystery workouts because there's a new one released every single day. I get Instagram messages every single day just because I'm doing that stuff, because I'm not sharing it. So for whatever program you're doing, think about it. I know, Ashton, you're doing 22-minute hardcore. You can talk about your 22-minute program, your 22-minute military style program. If you're doing shift shop, you're talking about your 45-minute agility style workout. We're not saying the names because it's so easy for them to just literally get on Google, type that name in, and then you're literally sending them straight to Beachbody's website for them to do it all on their own. How many of us have lost a customer to Amazon, to eBay, to the Beachbody website? Every single one of us probably have on this call. It happens all the time because we're using the names. One thing I've also noticed, the clothing. If you guys have Beachbody clothing like me too, I am very, I still think it's cool if you wear it. I'm not saying you don't, but that's just another thing. They're looking at you and you're screaming Beachbody Coach. I'm totally cool with it. I'm not going to stop wearing it because I love their clothes. But it's just something that to kind of keep in mind. Again, when I talk about my Shakeology, I say superfood shake. You'll never hear me say Shakeology, or I'll say six salads into 1 cup, or I'll say, I'll put a picture of it and I'll just say my daily dose or 80% of my results or something like that. And people ask, they want to know what that is because it's not easy for them to just go ahead and Google it. They have to ask you what you're doing. Like I said, the past 2 months, I've kind of implemented this system, and I will say that I've gotten so many more people asking me than, going out and just finding on their own. It still takes you getting into your inbox and talking to these people, but just make sure that you, like I said, it's a way better way. If you were at Summit, you heard Chalene Johnson talk about this. Likes don't matter anymore. It's what's happening behind the scenes. It's it's the people that are engaging, the people that are commenting below and saying, what workout are you doing? What are you drinking? What are those containers for? And that's what you're kind of talking about. So make sure you're kind of keeping that in the back of your mind, because every time that we're talking about a program name or Shakeology, you guys are literally giving them a one-way ticket over to Beachbody's website to get it on their own. What happens whenever they Google Shakeology? What's the first thing that they see when they Google Shakeology? $130. You didn't even have a chance to tell them what it is, what it's about, because we're saying Shakeology. And again, the more that you beat around the bush, the more they're going to have to ask you about it. Okay, some things to not do on your social media page. Sharing stuff. Those like political ads and things that are kind of piss people off. We don't want those on our social media page. I want you guys to think about if you walked into your favorite store, and for most of us it's probably Target because we're on the same team. When you walk into your favorite store, you walk into Target, if the first thing that you saw on Target was a giant picture of a political ad, you wouldn't want to be in there, right? Or you saw somebody talk about, if you walk down aisle 2 of Target and you look over and you see a big sign talking about how much this person's day sucked and how they got stuck in traffic, and oh my God, it was the worst day ever, and they stepped in dog poop and it was just a terrible day. You'd be irritated. The next one over there, they're complaining about the person that was driving next to them. The next person over there, the next aisle, somebody's talking about how, why does this always happen to me? Think about that. If somebody comes to your page, sees that kind of stuff, they're not going to come back. They don't want to hear you complain. They don't want to hear you bitch and moan. And I do want to make this clear, is there is a fine difference between sharing your struggles and providing the solution to those struggles and just straight out complaining. I mean, how many of you guys have seen people or made a quick scroll through social media and just seen somebody that goes, why does this always happen to me? Or you'll see somebody that says, I can't believe this happened, screw you, somebody, and blah, blah, blah. And they're like subliminal, like Facebook, oh my gosh, it's so irritating. I just unfollow them immediately. It's my way that I think. And I know that if I was doing that, somebody would do the same thing to me. So again, there's a difference between you saying, you can talk about how crappy your day was. I think Erica does a pretty good job of this throughout her pregnancy, where she's going through all this stuff and she's sick and stuff like that. And she's talking about how crappy she feels, but she's moving through and finding the solution and providing an end to that. So if we're going to complain, which again, I say don't complain, but if you're going to do something that's like a little bit more negative, make sure that you're telling people how you're working to get through that, because people want the solution. Everybody can relate to your bad day. Believe me, every single one of us have had busy days, right? And then think about that too, is how many people tell you that they're too busy for this stuff, or that they just don't have the time, right? We can talk about how that's our lives too. So making sure that you're taking your objections and talking to people about how you beat those objections too. A couple different things I want to share with you. I'm going to share my screen really quick and show you a couple people that really rock social media and do it in a right way. You guys probably know of Haley. Haley does a fantastic job of talking about the business and talking about where she's going all the time. We want to be sharing every single day on social media where we're going. If you're my PS coach, we probably have had a 12-week year conversation before, and I talked to you guys about your vision, and what did I say on those calls? I want to see you start sharing your vision. Haley always talks about how far she's come, and she does a fantastic job at it. If you do not follow her, go ahead and just follow her page. You don't have to request to be her friend, but follow how she does things. I'm tired and introverted as F today. It's all good. If I don't want to do anything, I don't have to. I seriously can't imagine if I was still hairdressing or bartending. So she's talking about where she used to be, and she always gives an invite of some sort at the end. Every single day, she's talking about where she is and how far she's come. 2 years ago, Monday nights were spent behind a bar until 3 a.m. Now I take paid vacations whenever I want. Her transformations, different stuff like that. She's a great person to follow. So I think that she's a really good example, guys, of, you know, how somebody has literally transformed their entire life, and she's talking about it all the time. She does a very good job of always saying where she's going to. This is an awesome challenge group post. This is from my coach, Natalie. She said, every once in a while, specifically around this time of year, I get a little wobbly. I start to question myself and wonder if I made the most of 2017. How many goals have I checked off the vision board this year? Doubt, fear, anxiety. So then she's stating the problem at the beginning of this. She's telling her story. She's stating how she's a little overwhelmed. I've been waiting for this time of year since January 1, the moment I could start to celebrate the end of a deployment and gear up for our fall travel. So she's speaking to her tribe. She's talking to military spouses. She's talking to people that want to travel, talking about the holidays. But I'm finding myself start to worry, and I refuse to go there, to let this change in season be a change in my life. I refuse to go back to my half-ass mindset that health and wellness only matters half the year. Again, sharing why that's important to her, and then goes into what she's going to be doing for her challengers. So that, I think this is a fantastic challenge group post, and you can see the picture. It's attractive, right? It's something that's going to draw you in. It's going to make you stop if you're scrolling on social media. The title of the challenge group is pretty awesome too. Mackenzie Molinax does a fantastic job also of doing social media. She tells a story, again, posted her results, but shared. Talked about a total life transformation, working on habits that stretch far outside of the picture. I don't mean committed to a meal plan. I'm talking about committed to lifting myself and in turn being able to lift others. So she talked about the story, how she literally had so much trouble with her eating habits before Shift Shop, and now look how far she's come, right? So she's telling that story. Okay, we'll get to that in a second. So does anybody have any questions in regard to that? Like what you should be sharing on social media? We want to be talking about our vision constantly, where we're going. We want to be talking about finding unique ways to present our information. Do you guys notice a common theme in the pictures that people are posting? You want to be a scroll stopper. And that sounds weird, but I call it scroll stopper with an A, no R, E-R, because it just sounds better. You want to be a scroll stopper. You don't want to be the person that's taking a picture in the same spot every day. And you might not think this matters, but people are looking to you as a life of freedom. Move. Move out of your living room. Go outside. Be in the sunlight. You want to be, it might sound so weird that you're like, I'm even talking about this, but social media is changing. What makes you stop whenever your guys are scrolling through Instagram or Facebook? The picture or the caption? And if the picture is taken in a dark place, the same thing that you're used to seeing every single day when this person posts, you're going to scroll right past it. So you want to make sure that your pictures are bright, vibrant. And I'll tell you, this is my number one tip for pictures. If you notice how my face is always very brightly lit, I take my pictures in front of a window every day. I prop it up, I set an iPhone timer, and I take them that way, or a selfie, whatever. Right in front of a window. It's nice and bright. You don't look like you're dark. And sometimes and I'll tell you what, guys, if you're having a really good hair and makeup day, pull out 3 different outfits, walk to different locations in your house, take a shit ton of selfies, Put a folder on your phone and use them for when the time comes. I recycle pictures all the time. When I'm like, oh man, like, I mean, you guys probably see my profile picture right now. That day, I was like, man, my hair looks good. I took like 17 pictures in like 4 different outfits because my hair looked nice. And I walked outside, took some there, went in front of the window, took some there, went into the other room, took some there. Whatever I had to do, I have selfies on standby because those are what's going to stop or be the scroll stoppers or the things that like are bright and vibrant. When you're doing challenge group posts, we want to make sure that it's not just another challenge group post. How can we make them stop and read what we have to say? We want to think about that kind of stuff too. Be unique about it. That's a whole other topic, challenge groups. But that's something that you just kind of want to keep in the back of your mind. Okay, now social media housekeeping 101, your profile picture. I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but I'm literally going to just show my page because I did a training on this and I adjusted everything to what I was learning in the training. So I'm not saying this because I think that my page is fantastic. I made a lot of changes. Okay, number one thing, your profile picture has to be you. It has to be you, or at least be able to see your face. And make sure, and then number 2 is that it has to be uniform between all of your accounts. So it has to match Instagram. And if you have a Twitter, it has to match Twitter. It makes it way easier for people to find you. And guys, this information is coming from a training I did called Social Team Builder. If you ever, I invested a couple $100 in it, but it was worth it. And I take all the information and I pass it on to you. But this is what I'm learning this all from. So uniform picture. So this picture is also my Instagram picture. It's also my Twitter picture. I made the mistake of having them all different, and it makes it confusing. If somebody's following me on Facebook and Instagram, like they need to know it's the same human being. So that's why I have that there. Again, it's a clear view of my face. People know who they're talking to when they're talking to me on social media. So that's important. Your cover photo. This is my cover photo. It's very simple, and it tells people who I am. It shows my team. It shows me and my husband. And I just said entrepreneur, wife, fitness, own your life. That's my thing. So your cover photo can be extremely simple. I pulled over Lizzie's too, because this is Lizzie's. It's simple, and it tells who Lizzie is. I mean, to this, I can see that she has a son. I can see that she likes the Penguins. This is just telling me who she is, and it's easy, and it tells you everything you need to know about her. People, this is a mistake that I think people make, and it's something that I actually made. This right here, this one. I paid to get this done, but I look at this, and this screams that I'm trying to sell somebody something, in my opinion. When I look at it, it's basically like, hi, you know, I'm trying to tell you something. And the thing is like when you're sending out friend requests, are you more likely to accept a friend request of somebody who has a cover photo like that, or just something that's simple, right? You want to make sure you're kind of thinking about that too, is that they don't need to know straight off the bat, like, hi, you're going to sell me something. That's why they don't accept your friend request most of the time, because they can creep you out before. So think about that. It needs to have a caption. And your caption in your cover photo, and I'll show you my profile picture one too, is your story. Okay, it's your story. So the best advice I ever received, never forget where you started. How could I? It wasn't too long ago that I was living in an apartment with a leaking roof, dealing with a water heater, et cetera, et cetera. This goes through my story, and it tells how far I've come. And it gives me an opportunity to put my contact information in there for them to apply. And that way that they can see who I am, what I'm all about, and if they are interested in joining. So if somebody just comes across my page and they're like, well, hey, who is this girl? They can click on my stuff and they already know what I'm about. Same thing with your profile picture. It needs to have a caption also. And mine, again, once again, tells who I am. Hi, I'm Kelsey. Here's what I'm about. Tacos, guacamole, champagne, fitness, nutrition. I'm immediately trying to pull in my people in my first 3 seconds. Whoever looks at this and says, I like tacos, guacamole, and champagne, they're probably my person. So I really, like, again, finding your lobster, if they know what that means, they're also my person, because that means they're a Friends fan. So that's the kind of stuff you want to have. You want to catch their attention. Once again, I tell my story, and then I give them an opportunity to connect with me. Does that all make sense so far? Profile picture has to be you. Cover photo has to kind of tell what you're about, but doesn't look like you're trying to sell them something. You have captions on your cover photo as well as your profile picture. Instagram. Okay, this is really where shit's getting real. If you're not on Instagram, you have to be on Instagram. You need to start utilizing it. Number one thing, make your profile public ASAP. So that way because people can't, people want to be, they have to be able to see your stuff if they're just scrolling past it. There's no point in using hashtags if you have a private profile because they can't see your stuff anyway. It'll never pop up into a hashtag. So that's the first thing here. Your bio on Instagram has to tell people exactly who you are and what you're about and what you're going to be offering them on that page. Again, stressful newsroom to CEO, dog mom, wifey, fitness, faith, health, self-love, champagne, and tacos. Again, tells everybody who I am. And the thing about this, y'all, is that your pictures need to align with that. So again, delivering what you're promising. So I say fitness, you can clearly see that I do fitness. You can clearly see that I have dogs. You can clearly see I'm working out. I do a little too many selfies, but stuff like that, like you can see people, yeah, I have a lot of pictures of me on here. But that's the thing is, like, I have my brand. There's nothing wrong with having a shit ton of selfies on there. But the thing is like, you do want to make sure that they all look similar. Okay, so you're not doing a bunch of crazy-ass filters. All of my stuff is done through pretty much the same filters all the time, except my videos. But everything usually looks relatively about the same. So kind of keep that in the back of your mind too. I have this thing called Linktree. It's called linktree.com. Highly recommend that you guys do it. It's free. But what happens is if somebody clicks on my Linktree, it's going to take them here. And look at that. Join my free group. Join my team and build your life. Follow me on Facebook. Apply for my next fitness bootcamp. Get my weekly newsletter. So all they have to do is go for my Instagram, and I'll bring them over to my Facebook. Join my team and build your dream life. It brings them over to the It's Time to Own Your Life group. If they click on the free group, it takes them to my type form. Apply for my next fitness bootcamp, takes them to this one. So the Linktree is free. You don't have to pay for it. It's just you put it in the website part of your Instagram. And it takes them there. So that way I say, join my amazing journey. And on Instagram, if you look at it from the phone, these little fingers are pointing down to that. It doesn't look like that on the website. It looks weird on here. But just kind of think about that. Instagram is a whole other training on its own, but you can see my picture is the same as it is on Facebook. And most of my filters look the same. I hashtag, make sure you're hashtagging. You're using a hashtag underneath of all of them. Let's see here. And there always needs to be some sort of call to action at the bottom of your posts too on Instagram. Okay. I think that was that. Did anybody have any questions so far? I know I'm going fast. Jessica said, when you change your photo cover, does it give you the option to put that story? Yes. There will be a little, there will be like a little thing on the side where it will say add a caption whenever you click on it. I can't see it right now because I'm in there, but let me see here. I think I have one in all of mine, so it's kind of hard. But, let's go back to 2015 really quick. On this beautiful ass cover photo, you can see that there's a thing that says add a description over on the side. You just click right there. Okay, so that's that stuff. Anybody have any other questions so far before I keep going? We're almost done. This all making sense? Is this helpful? Okay. What else did I tell you guys we're going to talk about when it comes to social media? Stories on Instagram. Okay, yeah, that's what we're going to finish with. Okay, so Instagram stories. I just finished up a Instagram training, and if you have Kindle Unlimited, guys, I don't know if any of you have Kindle Unlimited, or if you don't, if you just have Kindle, whatever. There's a ton of Instagram books for like $1.99 and $2.99. I've been buying them on Kindle. They're free on Kindle Unlimited. I've been buying a shit ton of them. They're like 70 pages maybe. And I've just been reading them and applying what I'm learning. Instagram stories is where it's at currently. And the cool thing about Instagram stories is that there's this little cute eyeball at the bottom that tells you who's watching your stories. So you can scroll through and start conversations with them. The point of the stories and your goal is to always watch that number creep up. You want that to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So how do you do that? You are going to want to come, and I really wish that there was a way to show this, but I can't show you on my phone through this, but if you guys have your phones, please pull them out and follow along. Okay, so what you'll notice that I have learned from other people that are completely rocking Instagram stories right now is that every day looks very similar, okay? You want to keep that in mind. People want to see you in a routine. So my mornings, for me personally, every morning you'll see a post from me pop up that'll say, hi, I'm awake, with the time that I'm awake. You'll see the next thing you'll see is going to be something like me pouring coffee. When I'm doing my pre-workout, just a pop quiz for those of you that watch my Instagram stories, when I am about to work out, what do you see? Rookie. That's the thing. Every single day you'll see him knock over my freaking, speak of the devil. Every single day you'll see him, oh my God, Rookie. You'll see him knock over my Energize bottle, right? And then the next thing I do, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Rookie. Why are you locked in here? Get out. Okay. Every single day, you'll see after that, the next thing you're going to see is a montage of me working out. I do everything very quickly now. I see everybody else. I went through Instagram stories and I saw everybody else posting one move, one move, one move. So what I did is I pre-recorded my stuff and I put it all in iMovie. I put it together for 15 seconds. And I put a song over it because you're allowed to have music on Instagram. I record it on the voice thing. So for those of you that are asking me how I did this, because some people have been, it's iMovie. It's an app on your cell phone. And I montage it. So you do a little montage here. And then there's this thing, you put a little plus button over on the side. And there's a thing called voiceover. And then I go on my Alexa and I say, Alexa, play Drake. And then Alexa starts playing Drake. And then I press record and then it records over my whole video. And then I save it, I download it, and I upload it to Instagram stories. It to be 15 seconds. If they're over 15 seconds, just split it in half. So that way it doesn't cut you off. But every single day you're going to see some sort of a routine from me. That's the thing. 2 of you said that you see my dog whenever I'm doing my pre-workout. That's how people are starting to watch you. Other things you're going to want to do on your Instagram stories is you're going to want to ask questions. You're going to want to be like, I don't know. Does anybody know of any cool, or if you're on vacation, does anybody know of any cool places to eat? And you'll tag the location in Lake Norman. People will answer you. Or I asked a question a couple weeks ago. I said, got a new dog, any advice on puppy training? And I got like 6 messages from people saying, oh, my dog used to do this, or when Rookie was like laying on the hardwood floor by himself and didn't want anybody around him. I was like, is this normal? And I got like 6 messages from people saying like, my lab does that too. So things like that, ask questions on there. People are really intrigued by your life. Show your personality. One thing that I did get from Jatana Jackson, if you don't follow her on Instagram stories, I actually follow her. She's fantastic. That's who I've been like modeling my stuff after. Screenshot your challenge groups, block out their names, block out things that they're saying, but you'll see me post about things that my challenger said. If they're down, like one of my challengers yesterday said she's under 200 pounds for the first time in however long. Jatana Jackson, Jatana Jackson. But one thing that they do, what was I saying? I just lost my train of thought. Thanks, stuff. Just kidding. What was I saying?
The group, your challenge group.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So a girl posted in my challenge group yesterday that she was down under 200 pounds for the first time in years. I screenshotted it, blocked out her name, and said, look what's happening. Because people are going, oh my God, I would love that. And I want to be a part of that. So we did 1 week where we were talking about having them torch their excuses. And I took it. I blacked out their names, because you guys know you can scribble on there. I black out their names and I share it with people. Did you guys know how to put backgrounds on your words on Instagram without making it yourself? Because I just learned it the other day and it pissed me off so bad that it was that easy. So 2 quick things, I'm going to let you guys go. But if you go, you just take a picture, okay? And then if you press the little, I wish you could see better on this. That thing, not next to the A, but the actual like little pen thing, you click on that. If you hold down one of these colors to say orange, green, you just hold your finger down and it'll turn the background of your phone, of your Instagram story, green. I really wish this wasn't as bright. I'm trying to like make it. Okay, so if you like click blue, I would just hold this down and it'll change the background. See? Just hold it down and it'll change the background. Whenever you are doing words, just say hello or whatever. There's a little stupid A at the top. And you just click on it and it'll give you the background. It'll change. Oh my God, I literally like lost my mind when I saw it was that simple. So angry because I literally have been scribbling behind it. Yes, you could also hold down, if you like wanted more colors than this yellow, you just hold that down and more will pop up and you can go pick that. Ouch. And then you can also swipe up, and this is where there's locations. There's the temperature, the time, hashtags, Wednesday. If you see Wednesday, you can also tap on that and you get other ones. So that's kind of cool. Different things here. If you want people to listen to what you have to say, because whenever they come up, it comes up and they don't, it's always silent when it comes up. You can put the sound on thing and put it there so people can turn their music up or their volume up. So different things like that. There's tons of little tricks. Like I said, we can do a whole other team call on just Instagram. So I'm learning a lot from it, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Just rebranding yourself on social media. Don't be salesy, you know, be like, make sure that your page last thing I did not say, and then I really will let you go. This thing on your page, this little intro thing, and this. I took out, mine used to say elite health and fitness coach and CEO at Beachbody. That should have told everybody that I was a Beachbody coach. So I just changed it to my health and fitness page. I tagged that in there. But here is just making sure that it's also kind of like your Instagram title, just telling people what you're about very, very quickly. So for me, it's just a girl with a passion for helping others love themselves again and creating a life they've dreamed of. So that's that. No, don't feel like you're behind. This is what we're all learning, this stuff now. And like I said, there's like books for like $1.99, $2.99 on Amazon Kindle. Just download them. And like I said, I'm passing on the information as I'm learning it. Everything that I'm learning right now about Instagram has been through me literally researching the hell out of it. National wake-up calls, watching YouTube videos. I'm buying books to read on it. But I wanted to go over that tonight because I want to give you guys a heads up that if you're going to try to take this business to another level, especially with this UK launch, Instagram is the way to do it. Because if you're trying to reach the UK, on Facebook it's a little hard, but on Instagram you use about 30 hashtags that are only relevant to the UK people. That's how you're going to pull them in. I have been reaching out to 10 to 15 people in the UK every single day on Instagram and just building relationships with them. So that's the point of it. And the market over there is so much bigger, and Instagram stories is literally helping so much get more people. So don't feel shy to even message those people on Instagram stories. But I know that was quick, but do you guys want me to do a call on Instagram stories specifically in the near future from what I've learned so far? Would that be helpful? Okay. All right. I'm out of breath. I talked very fast, and I have a fantasy draft in 10 minutes. So I'm going to go now, but I love you all. And congratulations to the girls that are heading to Lake Norman tomorrow for our diamond retreat. For those of you that are not attending the retreat, please watch what they're going to be going through and what they're dealing with, because you guys, there will be another one. I'm telling you that right now. There will be another one. And you have big goals going to the end of this year. And we have a lot of freaking stuff to look forward to as a team. So make sure you guys are focusing on your 12-week goals. You're going after what you want. I think our next retreat is going to be in January of 2019. So we're going to have all next year to push really hard for it. So I'm trying to get like a record-breaking number of diamonds there. But that's like, I'm still trying to deal with this one. So like, we'll talk about that one later. But I'll see some of you tomorrow in person. And the rest of you, I will see next Wednesday. So let me know if you need anything, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.